Hey guys, welcome back to Bro Up Dawn of War Unification, a format where I am playing survival with cool dudes, cool, nice people from the community, and today I'm joined by Mr Landshark.
Why, hi there, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, looking forward to this totally non-stressful game of survival.
My god, that game that we tried to play just a couple of moments ago, that was stress incarnate.
It was mental, really. It was... How can I even ask questions? I'm just sitting here trying to live, basically.
Trying to not die.
Yeah. But okay, we learn from that, I guess, and now disable some of the more annoying features, like heroic defense, where like there were a million war tracks just driving through and killing us. So at least we have that now.
Well, that's it. And not only with the war tracks, but they also brought in blooming elite infantry, didn't they? Which was not what you want in a defensive posture.
Yeah, they were just how should I say, slapping at our buildings until they died. So yeah, not the most fun experience in the world.
Certainly not.
Okay, so as we kick this off, my usual question is if you want to let the viewers know a little more about yourself. Who are you?
Who am I? That, you know, I look in the mirror every morning and ask myself that question, and the answer is never easy. But I suppose I'm primarily my day-to-day job. I work in a school. My primary function is to help children who struggle with learning. Maybe they've got like autism, dyslexia. That's my main thing. If you are one of my students and you are watching this, do your homework. Stop watching this. Be responsible. I will give you a detention if you don't do your homework. But in a real note, yeah, I just like helping people learn. And I suppose in my spare time outside of work and YouTube, I like writing. I've written a couple of novellas based on like horror. I'm trying to write a D&D styled video, well, tabletop game. So I'm just busy all the time, really. As I was saying to you earlier on, I don't have time to play video games. It's probably the first time I've probably played a video game in a very long time.
This is why this is clearly working out in our favor, with no problems. So give me a second. There's my Jaeger squad. Okay. Nice. So let's just quickly set up our little defenses here, so we can then hopefully have a little more relaxed conversation here. I think I need this guy out. But before I do this, I get more bunkers. There's like this one slugger boy squad just sneakily walking past.
Like, there's no need for it, is there? That's just not polite. But mind you, I will take the slugger boy squad over the war track with the elite knobs any day of the week.
True that. I will get a bunker at your critical as well. Ah, you have a turret there, nice. I will get a bunker next to it, so this will hopefully deter any invaders, so we can get our reinforcement going. Okay, second question, basically. I noticed you had a YouTube channel before this one you are running right now. What is the meaning behind it?
Oh, so essentially many moons ago I created an email account that I used when I was like 13 years old, and I just forgot the password for it. So when it came to YouTube saying, hey, we've sent you a verification email to log in, please find out the code, I couldn't. So I was like, shit, well, I guess I either can stay logged into this one computer forever and ever and never buy a new computer, or before my subscriber count gets too high, I could just start again. So there's no special meaning behind it, it's just me having a terrible memory, I guess.
Okay, so because the question comes because there are like some people that are like, I reset this YouTube account because, I don't know, I I want to, or I have, how should I say, a new content or something, so I want to have like a new fresh account for it. Nothing in this manner.
No, I've quite possibly the most boring reason as to why I would change my YouTube channel.
Okay, I see. Just quickly showing the people the new survival squad here. It was shown before by Caldaris, but this is like Schutztruppen. Like, how German can you be? This one, is it always having a Feldwebel, like a real, which is actually a real, how should I say, what is the English word? Rank in the army. So there you have that. Okay, so I think this is looking way cooler, except for the sneaky slugger squad from the right in your base. These guys are just trying to sneak by. Jesus.
No, right, I'm just gonna have a squad of conscripts sat in the base, and their job can be to just stop them from being not pleasant people.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so the next question, as you said, you have this YouTube account before. For how long are you doing YouTube actually?
So I did it in the maybe like the last year that I was at university. That was about, God, that must have been like 2011, 2012.
Like,
and I originally did Dawn of War 2 content.
Yeah.
But I just felt really sad a lot of the time. So I just stopped doing YouTube and anything creative for about a decade. But then, you know, I got better, and now I'm here, I guess, doing all the things that I do.
So I can see that if you're like doing creative work, especially like creating YouTube videos and showing, how should I say, showing yourself off in the public. Yeah, you need to be really, how should I say, secure, so you can show yourself without feeling that you're showing too much or something. Yeah, I can see that.
Definitely.
Okay, so for about a long time, and then you stopped, and now you're back and better than ever, I guess.
Absolutely. I've had a couple of comments on my YouTube channel saying that, hey, thank you for the regular upload schedule, but just be careful not to go into any burnout. And yeah, I'm quite keen to make sure that while I can do all the content I want to do, to not go mental while doing it. You know, what's the old saying? Health is wealth, and I do plan to honor that, I suppose.
That's a really nice saying. I didn't know that that's the saying in English, but yeah, really good one actually. Okay, so I think we live.
Yeah, we've stabilized. That's. Oh God! Look at this. Time to breathe. Time to actually enjoy talking. That's crazy.
It's that's really cool, I guess. Man, that game. We had like everything in our base and struggling and whatnot. So now we can just watch these. What did I call it? The black grins, or what they are? Get minced by some good old bunker fire. Nice.
That's what you want.
Actually, I need to ask some questions. I know the answer here because we are chatted quite a bit in between our co-op pro-op sessions, in our co-cast sessions. So you guys know it as well. The question is, if you could do YouTube for money, would you do it?
Yes, 100%, absolutely. Like, if you can get me that Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship deal, I will take that in a heartbeat. I will sell my soul for very little money, in all honesty.
So this is like very refreshingly honest, I have to say. It's like
I just like the idea of, like, okay, yeah, you know, doing the whole sponsorship thing. Is it an honourable way of doing things? No. But, like, I'd be able to have so much more time to do my writing, do more community things, because what I did during the summer holidays was that every time I uploaded a video, I scheduled it so I'd be there for when it was going live, so I'd be able to talk to people, did a little poll to say, oh, who do you think is going to win this time? And that was really, really good fun, and I would love to be able to do that, but, you know, I've got to pay for the heating. I don't know if you know, Max, but the heating's quite expensive at the moment.
It's getting more expensive as we speak, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see. So, but like your would you then quit your job you have right now? If
now
you
that's
could?
a difficult thing, because so I get a lot of self-worth from the job that I have, because I get to help children struggling in education, which is amazing, and to be honest, it's a really difficult job to actually get, because a lot of the jobs that you get in those kinds of environments aren't very pleasant, and I'm absolutely blessed to find that I have a job that I really, really enjoy in that environment. So I'd be very reluctant to do it unless there was like a guarantee that I'd not starve and have to, you know, one day give up YouTube and come back into real life, I guess. It's a difficult thing, isn't it? I don't quite know what the answer would be to that.
Yeah, if someone would ask me, because nobody asked me because I'm not getting interviewed, but if someone would ask me, I would never give up my day job, because it's like some secure income, you could say. YouTube is not really secure in the way that you can plan your income all the time.
Oh, I agree.
So there's that. But yeah, and as you say, you get some how should I say? Sometimes English shows is not my first language. Some reconnaissance, not reconnaissance, like you're getting how should I say in English? Jesus, I think you described it really well. You get some value out of your job that is not just the money in the end.
Yeah.
So. Okay, I'm getting... Okay, I think I'm getting the brunt of the attacks, which is fine, I guess, because I have all my little Kriegers here and some artillery coming in.
Yep, I'm going to move some basilisks over to your side.
Basilisk support arrived.
That's
Boom!
it.
There it goes. Jesus.
And
awesome.
I've also got a heavy weapons team over onto your side as well. In fact, in this little curve where they're kind of trying to ignore you, I shall set up another one there. There we go.
I think I will put
a mighty firing line going on over here. I like it.
Yeah,
it's good.
We will probably mix our firing lines to have one big one at some point. Just putting enough defensive stuff everywhere. Come on. Can you please not take this point? Yes, you will not. Nice. Almost getting tier 3 now, so I can get some basilisks out myself as well.
Glorious.
So the next question I have is, when was the first time you got into contact with Dawn of War / played Dawn of War?
So I remember when it first came out, literally. So I live in Yorkshire, don't have a lot of money. When I was growing up, my dad went to the local marketplace where he bought an elite... Well, I mean, police don't listen to this now, but he bought an illegal copy of Dawn of War, the original, because we couldn't afford the actual original. And so we just basically played a cracked version on the PC, and yeah, I just love the game ever since. I've never found a game that's ever been as satisfying as Dawn of War, really. It's been the same ever since. We've bought every single game proper, and obviously when I became an adult and I could afford my own things because I had a job, I then bought it all officially and stuff. And I mean, God, this game came out, I want to say 2003? 2003 maybe?
2002, I think.
2002, yes. Literally day one we got it, and it's just... I was 12 years old when this game came out, and it's been glorious ever since.
It is. I mean, what Unification does with this old game is just absolute bonkers, if you ask me. Like, all these units, all this, I don't know, it's just amazing. Need to get a little... Okay, I have something messed up here. So, right from the get-go. Actually, I started a little later, but yeah, I can see how this was really cool. What was your favorite questions out of the basic 4? Yeah, the base 4 it was, yeah.
Oh, so my favourite faction was the Orks, just because you just build shooters and then the enemy die. It's great, and I just love the fact that they're the only ones having fun in the Warhammer world.
Yeah, in the whole universe, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also because you don't get very many. If I could be woke for maybe 1 or 2 seconds, but you don't get much in the way of very common accents or northern sounding accents. I know that Orc sounds sometimes a little bit of a cross between North England and London, but I just like how, you know, they don't say like hello, how are you? They say hello, how are you? You know, they miss out the H's.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. It makes me feel at home.
The Orc speech is something I can, as a non-native speaker, never make like myself. It's just too hard, basically, to even try to have it done correctly. But yeah, I can see that the Orcs are from the vanilla faction after Imperial Guard. For guys knowing me will know why, the second coolest faction, I have to say. I can totally relate to that. Why are there so many Orcs here? What's your problem?
I don't know. I'm going to move up my firing line to maybe start actually contributing to the fight, shall we say?
I'm getting some more weapon squads because I can.
I'll tell you what, I shall move my the brand new unit for the Imperial Guard in this patch, the missile launcher heavy weapons team. I'll move them up ever so slightly.
I'll see if I can find them to show them.
They are just... Can I do a general ping? Yeah. If you look at your mini-map, there should be... I've just done a general ping for them.
Yeah, there they are. Is it just one guy? No.
I think there's 2 of them.
Yeah, okay, but it's one model in the end. Yeah. It shows the 1 in the unit card. Yeah, but they are looking cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Can you reinforce them, actually? Or have they just one?
Let's have a look. No, they just have a load frag missiles, so you can swap between personal rounds and anti-tank rounds. I think that's what that means.
All right.
So that's cool.
Now getting some upgrades going. Nice. Really nice to see some new units. I'm eager to show off the... I mean, as I said, it was shown before, but there's a bombard that shoots nukes, basically. So I'm looking forward to this building right now.
Quite exciting.
So as we talked about base Dawn of War, but we are playing Unification right now. When did you first hear or play Unification?
So, when I started this channel back in January of this year, I did primarily, well, in fact, exclusively Soulstorm content, and I thought to myself, wow, if I only do Soulstorm content, I will go a bit mental if I do it 5 times a week. So I did a little bit of research and into the mods, because I did know that in Dawn of War 2 there was an elite mod. So I thought, okay, well, what mods are there available for Dawn of War? So the first one I found was Dawn of War Pro, and that was a really simple setup. You know, the installation process for that is quite relaxed. Then I found Ultimate Apocalypse, because there was for the life of me I can't remember what the YouTube channel was called, but there was a YouTuber who uploaded a video about it, so I thought, oh, that's interesting, I'll give that a go. And then eventually I got some suggestions on my YouTube feed about Dawn of War Unification, and I watched it was like a small documentary about it. And I thought, oh, well, I'll watch it. And again, I can't remember who did that, but I watched it and thought, wow, that's a really amazing thing. I'll give it a go. And well, ever since then, I've kind of been dedicated to at least one video a week, just to give it a go, I guess.
All right, so it was similar to me, where I got like I think I got a recommendation in my Google. Wow, this explosion! Sorry, in my Google newsfeed or something. I was like, what the crap? Out of all the things, the Google newsfeed, yeah. So you looked for maps for stuff because you wanted something more than just a base game. So yeah. Actually, yeah, I never really liked mods before, but then I found Unification and stuff happened. Okay.
Yeah. I've always tended to avoid mods just because it's like generally from my experience with mods, they're just usually very low quality. Don't get me wrong, like my main bugbear about Unification is the sound, because some sounds will be really loud, some sounds will be really quiet, but that is a very small problem compared to a lot of the other mods I've seen out and about in life. And to be honest, this is fine. Like if this is the only new Dawn of War game we ever get for the rest of history, I think I'm fine with that, because the guys who made this mod are just phenomenal. I think they're doing just an amazing. They're doing God's work, shall we say?
Amen. I cannot agree more. Really, it's. I always say it's like the expansion for Soulstorm I have always dreamed of. The next expansion to after Soulstorm, basically, I always have dreamed of. So yeah, nice. From all the Unification factions you have seen, or you say you played, you haven't played, so you have seen. What is your favorite one, actually?
I would. That is an interesting question, because so I've noticed that the main factions that people enjoy playing are Thousand Suns, Imperial Fists, Salamanders, and DKoK Krieg, and what's the other one? Death Guard. Those are the most common ones I see. And I don't. It's a really hard question, because without playing the game, I don't actually know which ones are my favourite. But I do very much like. God, I actually can't answer that question. I have no idea.
Okay, I see. I can relate to that. Yeah. There's so much stuff. There was like in the beginning, I was like, this is my favorite faction. No, this is my favorite faction. No, this. It's like you find new stuff every day. Yeah. So
I would say that I've got some favorite matchups. So I think DKoK Krieg versus the Death Guard. I think those games are really interesting, because you've got one side that's primarily a defensive faction, and then you've got another side which is very interested in just staying alive. They've got like a very large health pool. They're very tanky. So they're both defensive, but in slightly different ways, and I quite like watching the interplay of that. What else is there? There's
like the
Chaos Demons,
kind of.
Oh yeah, it's a proper meat grinder. It's very interesting to watch. Chaos Demons, they're always fun, because even though every single game I watch, they always go for Screamers of Zinch. There is at least the potential for alternatives. So, you know, I mean, I haven't seen the alternatives. I've seen no Demonettes. I've seen no Bloodthirsters, but I'm certain it will come one day. I'm fairly certain.
Then you should watch one of my games I played. I played Bloodthirsters. Hey, did I play it, or was it in my guide? I'm actually not sure now that I'm thinking about it.
I was gonna say I can't remember. I do watch your videos quite religiously, as you were a very big inspiration for me doing Unification. When I first saw the mod advertised, I thought, wow, There's 19 factions. I'll never be able to cast the games in a way that people will understand. And to be honest, I still don't understand half the things that the units do in this game. But your faction breakdowns have been just an invaluable resource for me.
Oh, that's always nice to hear, I have to say. That actually someone is watching my stuff. Haha. No, not really. How should I say? I'm glad to help out in the end. This is something that's the most important thing, to help people to get this beautiful mod and understand it and get better, I guess. So that it kind of works out. Need to just micro.
Oh, and here. I really apologise. I completely forgot his name because I'm terrible with names. The chap who does the Warhammer wiki for Unification. Because you did, yeah, that chap. Because like, you know, I mean, you did a broadcast with him a while ago, and just yeah, what a champion, what an absolute hero.
Yeah, go and help him out. Right now, go, if you have spare time, if you like living alone somewhere, having too much time to your hands, go there and help him. Really.
Send him money. He deserves it. He works a lot harder than I do, let me tell you.
That's what you say, at least. I'm not sure how much you're working actually, but you're doing mighty fine casts, I have to say. This was like just me talking out of my ass right now for a second. When I doing the casts, I was like, yeah, there are some other people trying to do it, or like having PvE content a lot, and I was like, this is not fun, or this is not good commentary. And then I found your videos and I was like, oh, this is nice. This guy is funny and can actually talk. So I was like, let's give him a sub. And then yeah, we at some point started the co-cast, and it was a real blast, I have to say. It still is.
Oh, it still is. I very much look forward to every video that we do together. It's I mean, it might sound like we're having a bit of a bromance at the moment, but it's yeah. Honestly, it's not every day you get to meet other creators that actually create. And when you say, "Hey, are you free on the 18th of this month?" Yes, let's meet up, and they actually agree, and they're consistent, and they actually do what they say they're going to do. And honestly, so when I was at university, I studied music, and trying to form a band where people practice regularly and they learn their material and they do their damn job, impossible. Can't do it.
It's that sounds really impossible, I have to say.
Oh, not worth it. Just don't bother.
Yeah. But yeah, especially the having people that can be relied on is the biggest part, to be honest, because we all have our schedules. We want to do this, we want to do this, and if you then hold your free time, let's say I'm at this day and I'm not doing any other appointment, and then the guy doesn't come up, and this is absolute nightmare.
Exactly, because it's wasting your time. I always say that the most precious resource any of us have is time.
Yes.
And like, I don't know, maybe there's a Saturday night, the person you're making contact with says, hey, I'm free on that Saturday, and you could potentially be going to see your friends, you could be going on a date, you could be spending time with your children, but you say, nope, I'm not going to do that because we're going to make some content. And then the person doesn't show up, and it's like, oh, right, well, I just wasted part of my life for you dick, essentially, and no, I don't have time for that. It's you've got to respect yourself enough to say no to those kinds of things, I think.
Yeah, it's and as you said, bromance. There's nothing wrong with a little bromance.
That's it. There's nothing wrong with a little bit. Nothing wrong at all.
So there you have that. Okay, one more, especially Dawn of War related question is, as you actually cover quite a lot of different mods now, but you kind of said it already. But what is your ranking of the mods you cover? You have like, or at least you did, Ultimate Apocalypse. You have Unification. You have Pro and Vanilla, of course. So if you need to rate it, them, how would you do?
So I would say it depends entirely on the player and what the player wants for their experience. If it's their first time playing Dawn of War, obviously Vanilla, that's the place to go. I would say that's the best experience you could possibly get, because it's just flat, it's easy to get into. There's only like 8 races or so it's a lot easier to get into. If you're looking to dip your toe into modding, I would always say Dawn of War Pro, because imagine if Dawn of War was updated by the devs regularly over the past 15 or so years. It's very, very balanced, I'd say. And I've always said it's the gentleman's mod. The people there are super friendly. And I would say it's the smallest mod community, but everyone in there is just so friendly. There's not a single troll in there. They're all absolutely amazing, and every single one of them will bend over backwards to help you get good at the game. If you're looking for spectacle, like big battles and big armies with titans and all those gubbins, Ultimate Apocalypse is the place for you, because there's just so much stuff. The stuff in there is just big. B-I-G, big. That's the best way to describe it. And if you want, probably, I would say the best, well, best is the wrong word. If you're looking for a hybrid combination of good balancing and spectacle, Ultimate Apocalypse is the place to be. Because I would say that, yeah, is the balancing a bit skew with here and there? I'd say so. And could the battles be bigger? Yes. But I would say that Ultimate Apocalypse has that nice medium. So if you're looking for a bit of both, I'd say Unification. But go big, Ultimate Apocalypse. Go small, Pro. Happy in the middle, Unification.
Yeah, I think you have a little Ultimate Apocalypse when you meant Unification twice, but I think the meaning is getting across.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I've been drinking while we've been playing as well, so maybe my speech isn't perfect.
Yeah, so you will get some rage comments for that, I guess, because I noticed these communities, Unification and Ultimate Apocalypse, aren't the most
they're not friends,
are
they? They're not friends at all.
So we will.
And I understand why, because in both communities, the people who actually make the mods put so much effort into it, and there is a little bit of competition there, so I understand that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we're all here for the Warhammer, aren't we? We're all here for the good times, I guess. And you know, I mean, life's hard enough as it is already, isn't it? And can't we all just get along? You know?
Wow, that's some deep shit going on, man.
Yeah, man.
Can't we just play?
Can't we just play games and just be friends? And yes, maybe you like different mods than I do, but like ultimately at the end of the day, aren't we all just sweaty neckbeards playing Warhammer?
I like that. Yeah, I can see that. Jesus, nice. Yeah, that's like the basic thing is like, why do you hate so much? Just have fun, really.
Yeah.
Play what you like.
But I do understand the hate, because, like I say, there's so much time and effort going into these games, and there is going to be emotions in there, and all it takes is one troll to spark. I mean, you look at Twitter, and it's just pure chaos because there's a million trolls, and just one. I mean, do you watch South Park at all?
I have watched a few episodes, I have to say. I'm not like watching a lot of it.
Ah, well, there's this wonderful story arc where there's like a troll from. I can't remember. There's like Stan's dad becomes a troll, and the Swedish try and find him because trolls obviously come from Sweden. And yeah, it just takes but one man or one woman or any combination of the two to spark anger and ire in people. And it's not like, oh my god, you've got a blimp. Holy hell, that's a beautiful model.
The Titan, or what are you talking about?
Oh, so not a blimp, a Zeppelin.
Yeah, alright, sorry.
Yeah.
That's their Tier 1 Titan. Luftschiff Ungetüm, of course. German, because Death Corps, you know?
Yeah.
And it is really Ungetüm, a monster. A gargant, or whatever you want to call it in English. And you have like every gun you can imagine there on it, because it's Warhammer, you know? Yeah,
oh, yeah,
but yeah, it's giving the message across. Just have fun, guys, and play the game.
Peace and love.
Yeah.
One day all this will one day all this will end. So just enjoy it while it lasts.
It's like you said, bromance. This is like coming to like a peace and love letter here, like in the absolute darkest steampunkish whatever universe here. I like it. I really like it.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
absolutely.
man. How many weapons can you fit in a Titan? Jesus, these are 2 rocket launchers, 2 plasma cannons. Holy shit.
Yeah. I've just got my Death Strike missile launcher. I don't know if that's a new unit, but I can't remember that being in
Death Strike missile launcher. Yeah, that's a new artillery, I guess. Where put
look
it?
at that bad boy. Let me attack the ground and see if you can get a good shot at that firing. Oh shit! Sorry, that was an attack move. Hold on.
Where is it actually? Ah, this one. Yeah.
There we go. That's what it is. Right, I'm going to attack the ground. Let's see what it does.
Like a big missile as well. It has quite a good range, I think.
Oh, are you not going to attack?
A little closer, maybe.
Don't blue ball me here.
I see you trying to move it.
Oh well, you know what? I guess he's just not feeling it today. I'm sure some enemies will come at some point and we'll see it fire. It'll be glorious.
Yeah, I know that unit. It's new unit in 6.9. I had made in the beta. Oh, yeah, it fires. It's because it is Dawn of War in the end. The firing looks a little finicky, but yeah, it has like a big missile shooting big stuff. Yeah, really nice. How many artillery pieces can you have in one faction? Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got a staunch line of las guns here. The Orks have no chance of getting through this, I think. But to be honest, I'm going to attempt to move my gun line a little bit forward once again, because they're feeling a little bit sad, I think. That there's not enough glory
to kill. Yeah. So, keeping on the topic of gaming, what other games do you enjoy apart from Dawn of War?
God, no, isn't that a question? So like I say, I don't really play games all that much anymore because I'm an old man. And oh, my game looks like it's potentially crashed.
It's.
Are you still there?
I'm still there, yeah.
Am I still firing away?
I mean, there is some lag in between you dropping and stuff, so we will see.
Oh, this is exciting. But anyway, while this is going on, I'll answer your questions. So, I don't really play games, but I've got a couple of games that I'm a really big fan of. I think one of my best games ever is Resident Evil 4. Just because it's just Resident Evil. It's a really good horror game. The dialogue's cheesy, and I just think it's a phenomenal game. Another game that I really like is the game called Disco Elysium. Now that's a game where you play. It's like an RPG game where you play as a detective who has basically lost his memory. He doesn't know who he is or what he's doing. He's drank too much, which I can personally relate to. And yes, essentially you go on a journey to try and solve a crime, and you can follow any sort of ideological path. You get to really explore like the human condition, I guess. It's a very philosophical game in the grand scheme of things, which I've that kind of shit, like anything about philosophy and stuff like that, I find really interesting.
And you officially have dropped from the game, but I think as we are in this far, I think we can just continue doing our little conversation here. So we don't need to restart all of this.
I was going to say, are you still able to play the game?
You're not in the game. I'm alone now, so you can completely how should I say, focus on the questions, I guess.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. This is I quite like this because multitasking is not a strong suit for me.
And do I have anything to detect stuff? Actually, this is something I may need to have before continuing here. Where is my hero? Please move over here. Actually, I know both games. Never played Resident Evil myself, I have to admit, but Disco Elysium is one little niche pick of yours, which I find really cool, because it's a lot of reading. So if you don't like reading, don't get that game, I guess. But
well, you see, when you say that, so the most recent they've updated it, where all the text is now read.
Oh.
So if you don't like reading, it's all voice acted now.
Oh, nice.
And dare I say, it's quite a bold claim here, but I would say it's easily my favourite game ever. Like even more so than, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I played Dawn of War, Soulstorm, and all that stuff because there's a replayability to it. But that game, so the first time you play it really silly. There's loads of really funny humour in there, so you play all the funny options. But then the second time you play through, I would highly recommend playing it like as if you were in that situation. And honestly, I cried 2 times during that game. It was a really emotional thing for me because, I mean, that guy that you play as, he's quite a sad person. He struggles with alcohol. I've struggled with alcohol in the past, and a couple of other things as well, which I won't go into because we're positive here. It's a positive interview here. But no, it really spoke to me in a lot of ways, and Lord have mercy on my soul. That I finished the second playthrough of that in a serious way, in like a cold sweat. That was a real life-changing kind of game. That
I can totally relate to that. There are some games. There aren't a lot of games, but there are some games that will actually let you feel something. It's more like when you were young and playing games, it's like, yeah, you don't know, you have this magic and whatnot, and then when you grow older, you're always like, yeah, how is this coded, how is this done? But there are sometimes like this few magical small games that are like just that, really good games. So
absolutely.
I see. So big recommendation for that game.
I also would highly recommend. Have you ever played Final Fantasy 15?
No.
So there's a debate about whether the game's good or not. I think gameplay-wise, it's not amazing, but the story's great. I won't spoil anything, but basically, you play as a team of 4 boys, and you start off the game, and you're all naive. You think, oh, we're going to go off, and the main character's basically going to get married to a princess. And he takes a couple of his friends, and they all go off in a car, and they go on a road journey to get married. And while they're going there, their home country gets invaded. And, you know, really sad things happen. The boys, basically, the crew that leave the city as boys, and then they return as fully grown men. And that kind of journey really speaks to me as well, because I think, I mean, not to dox you or anything, but we're men of 30 plus years old, aren't we? And I think we can all, if you who are listening are of a similar age, or maybe even your mid to late 20s, I'm sure you can relate to going off in your late teens, early 20s to university or to a job, and you go there and you make a load of mistakes, you question yourself, and yeah, it's a concept that isn't often addressed in games. And I think Final Fantasy 15, again, while the gameplay isn't brilliant, the actual storyline for it is just bloody phenomenal, and you don't get that often.
I mean, yeah, Final Fantasy games are known for their good story, but this is like a story that you, how should I say, you enjoyed quite a lot. I see.
Definitely.
Nice.
How's the battle going?
There are coming orcs. There are orcs dying, so it looks really good. Having some nice shots as the defense is completely done. Having like having a little, how should I say, just dire show sometimes because so much stuff is going on. But okay, it's I'm alive, and wave 9 I can at some point start the A move at some point. We will see.
Excellent.
But I still have questions for you. So lucky you, you are not
Whoa.
getting bored here.
Good stuff.
So you said in the beginning, right in the beginning, you do writing stuff. So
Yep.
as I know you a bit, I know this is like a big hobby of yours. Do you want to like advertise some stuff, or just generally ramble about writing and stuff, being creative?
Oh, I'd love to. So about maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I moved to South Korea and I lived in Gangnam for a year. One of the intentions was to get away from a bad job, and one of the other intentions was to start my writing. I mentioned before that I spent about 10 years being quite sad, and a lot of the time I had really, really horrific nightmares. And I thought, well, okay, the horrific nightmares, if I could just get them into like a kind of narrative, would make really, really interesting stories. And I thought for like a kind of therapy for me, I'd make them into stories, just for a personal thing. I thought, hey, actually, they aren't. Don't get me wrong. I'm no Stephen King. I'm no Lovecraft, but I think they're quite interesting stories, some of them. So I thought, well, I'll just try my hand at publishing. And so I gave that a go, and it's truly been therapeutic, because when I was at university, I studied music, purely because I didn't know what to do with my life, and my dad studied music. So I thought, well, he does music, I'll do music as well, because that's just what I knew. And I don't get any creative value out of music. I got first class honours degree, the highest grade you could possibly have at university. Did it in music, and after I finished music, I thought, wow, I don't like music.
Oh shit!
Like I don't listen to music in my spare time. Like I listen to audiobooks. I only listen to music when like I'm too tired to listen to books. So yeah, but it's a genuine, wonderful. Like I get to take my heart and put it on paper. And also, I'm really interested in Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm also, cause, I love the idea of people getting around a table and role playing. And one thing that I find very, very interesting is history, and especially nationalism, colonialism, that whole time period. So I thought, well, what if I could combine role playing with nationalism and also throwing a steampunk element to it? And I'm also a big fan of board games. I'm also making a board game where you play as a ghost hunting team. You go into a house, 4 people play as the ghost hunting team, and 1 person plays the ghost. So, God, I think I do too much. I think that's my problem. Because I enjoy writing so much, I just spend so much time writing, and I have no idea what I'm doing half the time.
But you have like a lot of projects started. Do you have, like, I had a problem before when I was younger that I started a lot of stuff but I didn't finish. Do you have this as well?
Oh no, thankfully, I'm the kind of person that either does things 0% or does things 100%, which is probably why I'm single and will be single for the rest of my life, because, like, it's a case of like, oh honey, do you want to come and sit down and watch TV? I'm like, no woman, I'm too busy writing. I can't not write. And the only way I can stop the bad thoughts in my head is by writing. Like I go to work and I work, and I come home and I either do YouTube, which is very fun, it doesn't feel like work, or I write, and those are the only 3 things I do. Oh, I also drink as well, you know, which is, so that's the 4 things I do: work, write, drink, and YouTube. If I'm not doing those 4 things, it's just not good. It's not good for me.
It's actually interesting, because this is also a point, the major point my girlfriend has, let's say, to argue about, that I spend too much time with my hobby here. So I can totally relate to that as well. So yeah, we stopped the bromance at some point. Okay.
That's it. If you ever want to come to England, I'll make you feel safe and secure. Don't you worry about it, Max.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually, because I'm tired of waiting, I'm now preparing a attack. I mean, I'm at wave 10 now, but I will just, let's say, a move, a move, a move, and a move. And let's disable UI and just watch me moving, I guess. So this is writing for you, yeah. So you actually mentioned quite a lot of stuff. So how can I, if I'm really interested in your stuff, how can I find you if I'm interested in writing and stuff of yours?
So I've got all my links in my my YouTube for the Amazon. Yeah, that's where you'll find all the novellas that I've written. I originally released the book as one full book, all 4 novellas together, but I've started releasing them all individually. I'm waiting for the artwork from a wonderful artist called Samantha Lavrak, and I'm just waiting for one more piece of artwork for the last novella to come out. So if you're interested in novellas, Amazon/Stevie George, because I'm going to dox myself here, but my real name is Stephen, but my writer's name is Stevie George. So if you type into Amazon Stevie George, you'll find me there. For the D&D game, if you search on the Instagram Stevie George Publishing, that's where that is. Although I haven't uploaded anything on Instagram for a little while because I'm just busy, I guess. And I suppose those are my 2 main places for my writing.
Yeah, and your main place for your YouTube is your YouTube channel, I guess, which I hope all of you viewers here are familiar with. If you're not familiar with Mr Landshark, go onto YouTube, go type in official Mr Landshark and have a blast of all the Dawn of War stuff you can even dream of. And you started a series of character creation gameplay footages for Darktide as well, I noticed.
Oh yes, oh my, I've been waiting for that game for ages. Like I said in my Ogrin video, if 12-year-old me would have invented that game, because that is exactly the kind of game that I've always been waiting for. And I was blessed to be accepted into the closed beta for this weekend. So I've made one video for every class. I did a little bit of a character creation, made it a little bit funny for the character creation. For the gameplay, there's no commentary. It's just games, purely because I can't play those kinds of games and talk at the same time. And there's a little bit of preamble at the end of what I think about the class. And my goodness, when that game comes out, I'm thinking. So whenever I play games, this is probably why I don't play games very often. I've played Dark Souls quite a lot, and whenever I play Dark Souls, I think, right, what's the least optimal way to play the game? And can I still win? So in Dark Souls, you know, you get your armor, you get your weapons. I think, right, okay, can I play this game with no armor and with like a really shit melee weapon? And I've done it. I'm one of the sad people that do that. So what was the most recent game? I played a game of. Are you familiar with XCOM by any chance?
Holy shit! These things are difficult.
Oh, you're having a bit difficult on the battlefield.
The XCOM ones.
Oh, XCOM. Oh, yeah, they're really, really difficult. But I thought to myself, right, what if I can upgrade every single thing ever, like you know, unit size, armor, grenades, but if I do not upgrade the rifle, and I did it, and it was just a really sad thing. You know, it's not like a. I can't help it. Deep down inside me, I think, how can I break the game? So yes, I'm thinking about with Darktide, how could I break that? Could I get a squad of 4 Ogrins and only play melee? And can we win using that? You know, so I think that's probably going to be what my content for Darktide is going to be in the future.
Like these challenge runs, you could say.
That'd be a good way of describing it, yeah.
Yeah, I actually I do not watch a lot of Let's Play stuff myself. Although I do a lot of Let's Play stuff, I'm not liking to watch it myself, I have to admit. But what I do like are these kind of challenge runs to describe, or like thematic runs. There's like one guy who plays, a German guy actually, who plays Dark Souls 1 and 2, or played it Dark Souls like from like Undine from Undertale or something. He makes like I'm this person, how would this character in this universe be like and stuff. So this is what I would enjoy as well. So I looking forward to your breaking of Darktide, I have to say.
That's it. And I'm also interested in it because a lot of people will play Darktide, maybe will have heard of Dawn of War, but will have never actually gone to play because maybe they're too young or maybe they just missed the game. And I'm thinking that if I can connect a bunch of different Warhammer games together and make like a general Warhammer gaming community on my channel, then maybe I can direct more people back to Dawn of War. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd say that Dawn of War, it's a small community, but it's not so small that it's insignificant. But what if we could make it big? What if we, in the same way that Mario 64 has a really big community, even though that game is like nearly 30 years old, could I and could you and could we as a community engage in multiple different Warhammer games and bring people back to Dawn of War and make this game? If I could coin a 10 from Donald Trump, could we make Dawn of War great again? You know?
Yeah, it's like similar to our previous things. Can we settle our? This would need also settle our little fights in the community, because hell, the Dawn of War community and I think the Warhammer community, in the games at least, they are toxic at times, I have to say. So
yeah, because I've noticed. So speaking directly to the people at home who are watching this, making content online can be scary sometimes because you don't know how people are going to react, and I'm sure that you feel the same way, where you can have 10 positive comments on a YouTube video, but you get one negative comment, and that negative comment you will read over and over again, and all the positive comments you'll kind of ignore. And I started that, and I've gotten away from that, and I think I'm a lot better now. I can kind of ignore the negative comments sometimes. But I'm genuinely of the idea that if we can convince more people, one, to try more Dawn of War, more Dawn of War mods, but also more people to make content for it, like in the same way that we do. I mean, we've got loads of people to make PvE. We've got loads of people to make cinematic battles where they get all these angles and they get the reshaders to make it all look very fancy. But I'm thinking more personality. Like you know, you and me, we make our videos. And we put our own jokes, we put our own personality into it. And I would like to see more of that. I would like to see more people just come in, and even if they don't plan to get big or they don't plan to do it regularly, just because, like, I watch your videos and that's cool because it's good. But like after I watch your video, I'm thinking, hey, I want to watch more. And there just isn't. And it makes me really, really sad. I'd like to see more content out there on the internet.
yeah, it's, as I said before, like finding your channel was like a really nice experience to see, like, hey, there's some good content going on as well. Yeah, so that's like a really good ending speech, because I actually just destroyed the Orks on this godforsaken planet here. So
oh, well done.
Kind of sad that you dropped out, but I think you were in like 8 out of 10 waves or something, so this was still good fun, I have to say.
I was gonna say, and to be honest, with the Imperial guy and Deathcore Krieg, once you've got that firing line sorted, with the Orks being a primarily melee focused faction, there's not much that the AI can really do, is there?
There's like some really nice wagons they put out, but we had always the superior range in the end, yeah, so...
It just shows that faith in the Emperor, that's all you need.
Sure. And some metal under your feet, I guess.
Yes.
So just let me quickly look at my question. No, I think I have the most important things done. As I said before, if you want to have more Dawn of War content, look to Mr Landsharks content, official Mr Landshark onto YouTube's, and his writing stuff. If you felt like interested in the stuff he told you about, please look on the sites he told about. I will probably link them in the description as well, so you have all the stuff you need there. So are there any closing things you want to say before we finish this here?
I suppose the only thing I have to say is that this series that you're doing, interviewing people in the Dawn of War community, I think it's genuinely a breath of fresh air. Like, I think being able to hear about the map creators, the wiki people, I do think that giving a spotlight to everyone who makes this community what it is a really good thing. And honestly, mate, props to you. It's just. So I'm about maybe like 4 whiskeys into this game at the moment. It's just really bloody cool, and thank you ever so much for doing this.
All right. no problem. It's really nice to hear that. Thanks for that. So before we end this with even more bromance that we already have here, I would say we finish up here. So as usual, guys, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.
Peace.